meeting will please come to order. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Bunton.
Here.
Campbell.
Here.
Dempsey. Ford.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Crop. Menser.
Here. Motion to excuse Mayor Dempsey and Commissioner Crop.
Support.
Roll call.
Campbell.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Menser.
Yep.
Bunton.
Yes.
Okay, announcements, acknowledgements, and communications and reports. Are there any?
Yes. I'd like to announce the upcoming meetings we have in May. On May 2nd, the Beautification Committee will be meeting at 7 o'clock p.m. on the second floor conference room of City Hall. The Zoning Board of Appeals meeting that was scheduled for May 2nd has been canceled. The Planning Commission will be meeting at 7 o'clock p.m. in the City Commission chambers on May 2nd. On May 9th, the Historical Commission will be meeting at 7 o'clock p.m. in the second floor conference room. On May 16th, the Traffic Safety Committee will be meeting at 6:30 p.m. in the second floor conference room. Also on May 16th, the Housing Commission will be meeting at 7 o'clock p.m. in the additional second floor conference room. The Cable Commission will be meeting on May 23rd at 6:30 p.m. at the Macomb Cable Network. And on May 30th, the Harbor Commission will be meeting at 9 o'clock a.m. in the second floor conference room here at City Hall.
Thank you. Are there any other reports? Okay, we'll move along to adoption of the agenda.
Move to adopt the agenda as presented.
Support. Do roll call for that.
Sure. Ford.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Menser.
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Okay, now is the time for public participation. If you wish to speak, please come to the microphone, give your name and your address, and limit your remarks to 3 minutes.
Hello, my name is Jimmy Dixon. I live at 94 Park in Mount Clemens, Michigan. And what I'm here for 260 North Broadway, we're having a problem with our drain backing up. Sunday we have to cancel our evening service because the drain backed up and the smell is so bad. Last year I think we had plumbing ran from upside the church to the sidewalk, 6-inch pipe, and that's where they cut it off. So I believe we're having a problem from the sidewalk to the street. And we need to find out what's going on because the smell that's coming in there it's not good. So we need to, I don't know if it's a city problem from the sidewalk to the street, but we do need to find out what's going on because we can't keep going on like this. Every month and a half or 2 months, we got to snake that drain out, and we shouldn't have to do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Gwenda Clay Lee, and I own 71 Bain. And I'm trying to understand why is people coming on the property just to citation for 4 tires.
Maybe you could pull the microphone down a little bit. We can't hear you very well.
Did you get my name?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to understand why is it that people coming on the properties to citation for 4 tires?
Are you talking about a blight citation?
Citation, 4 tires. I mean, I'm sure that you guys have more to be concerned about, and I am not a homeowner that does not address situations. I am not that slum landlord, okay? So I'm just trying to understand something. Why is it so petty? To me, that's petty, and I just want to understand why is that, because I know you got bigger issues. I know you do. He just brought one to you. So I'm just trying to understand because it just seems petty to me, and every time you turn every time you turn around, I'm getting something petty from the city. You know, I have to pay for the house to not be rented, and then you got to pay for the house to be empty or rented. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I'd like to understand, why do I need to have a citation for 4 tires?
Okay, we'll look into it. Thank you. Anyone else?
Hello, my name is Michelle Sanders Owens. I reside at 16 Barber Court, and I have 2 questions. One is about Shady Side Park, concerning the children of the city or any other playground. There's nothing for the kids to do. They turn to crime. So as growing up in Mount Clemens and been a resident my whole life, the age of 50, all the programs are gone. And there's nothing for them to do but use the phone, watch TV, or listen to, and be introduced to things that cause them to lose their life, cause them to do drugs, a whole host of things. I mean, it's like a homeless person who chooses to be homeless, but also there's no help for them. So I want to know what happened to all the help that we as citizens, as residents, as occupants, whatever happened to the help? It's just, it doesn't make any sense. And then they wonder why kids are doing the things that they're doing. But we elect officials to do things, and it's like it's a circle of things not being done. Yes, you have the churches, but are they doing things? It could be, it's a 50-50. We need to address something for these kids to do. Summer programs. I mean, we used to have the things at Shady Side Park. I mean, communities, communities as far as basketball, football, different things of that nature. You know, everybody's worried about nothing to me, because it's like I've watched the city just go down. You say you need revenue, you need money, you need this, you need that, but everybody is like passing the buck, and it's not fair. I have grandchildren, I have children. So my grandson is 8. What is there for him to do? Yes, you have school programs, but that's only so long. People, they have latchkey, they have this, but that's because people work, and they just have to leave their kids somewhere that's affordable. And being in latchkey is affordable. And all the programs are like decreasing. Okay, that's one thing. Okay, now I'm gonna go to a whole nother issue of medical marijuana. I want to know where the city stands, or anyone stands, about medical marijuana. Not recreational, but medical. There's a difference. So are they gonna allow dispensaries or some type of place where people can get healthy medicine that they need? Because it's not just smoking weed. I mean, that's been for generations. So I'm trying to find out, is there any way that with all these, everybody has a card, over 1,000 people, maybe 100,000 in Macomb County. So what are we going to do?
I'm sorry, but your time is up.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Anyone else?
Good evening. Dolores Kosiniak, 250 Euclid. My main concern is they fixed the water main that broke on Hubbard Avenue, and I call it a giant road, what do you call it, the road warning. There's a name for it, I'm sorry. Well, when the first time I went over that hump, I kind of bounced with my car a couple times. Okay, so a few days ago, I slowed down as I went over that hump, and woman comes up, was a woman behind me, came up, she laid on her horn at me all the way up to the railroad tracks. I got to the railroad tracks and I slowed down because the gate was just about ready to come up. She went to the right side of me and gave me a nice little gesture. And I thought, what is wrong? It's because of that, what do you call it, the street bump. I consider it a big street bump. Are they going to level that? Because that is really bouncy if you go over it. You know, and it's, the woman was really upset. I don't know if she noticed it or what, but that's why I go over it. I'm very cautious of it. So the second thing is, I'm with the Mount Clemens City Sneaker Walkers. May 23rd is going to be our kickoff day for our second season. We're going to have it at the Rec Bowl. Everyone is invited. All you have to bring is your tennis shoes and your body. And you can walk, you can run, you can do anything you want. Our kickoff day is May 23rd on a Tuesday. We meet every Tuesday at 5:45, and they start running and walking at 6 o'clock. Afterwards, they usually stay at the restaurant where we meet. It's either Rec Bowl or any of the restaurants in town. We have a new list of it just came out. It'll be on it's on Facebook under Mount Clemens City Sneakers. So everyone is invited to join. There is no obligation, just that you show up, that's all. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please do something about that bump. Speed bump, that's what I call it. It's a giant speed bump. It's about from here to that wall. I usually go over that thing, but the first time I didn't realize how many bounces you take. Okay?
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, moving along. Administrative responses to issues or questions raised during previous meetings. Are there any? No. Okay. Approval of minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes of the work session from 4/17 and from the city commission meeting from 4/17.
Support.
Roll call.
Hill,
Yes.
Menser,
Yes.
Bunton,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Okay. General business, item 9A, public hearing to consider the City of Mount Clemens proposed 2017-2018 fiscal year budgets and 2017 tax year millages.
Move to open the public hearing to consider the proposed 2017-2018 fiscal year budget and 2017 tax year millage rates.
Support.
Okay, this is a public hearing. If you would like to say something, please come to the microphone. What? Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
The public hearing will be to consider the proposed 2017-2018 fiscal year budgets and property tax millage rates. Total citywide millages are proposed to be 22.0422 mills, and total Downtown Development Authority district millage is proposed to be 1.6132 mills. The public hearing was advertised in the legal portion of the Macomb Daily on April 23, 2017, in accordance with the city's charter.
Okay, this is a public hearing. If you would like to speak to this issue, please come to the microphone, give your name and address.
My name is Rick Block. I live in Cambridge, 207 Cambridge. Even though I got an email that said that the proposed city budget was not available at the public library, it is there, just for your information. I did a kind of a scan through on it. It's not real convenient to run up there to the library to see this. I don't have the advantage that you have for having this on a computer in front of you, but I did a quick run through, and I didn't see what I would call an if-come number or an if-come line. I kind of looked at numbers here and there, but the if-come line I didn't see was, if this bond issue goes through, where is the money going to come from? Now, I asked a couple of times about what was the cost going to be. The first time I didn't get an answer. The second time I got a real slick sidestep that, well, we can't give you a number because we don't have an estimate. Well, you've got a pretty close estimate what it is. If it comes to pass, you know what it's going to be. My question is, where are you going to get the money? I didn't see an IFCOM number in the budget.
Mr. Block, I think that the answer is still the same because we're still getting bids and sending out proposals
I
for.
didn't ask for an exact dollar amount, I asked for an approximation, what is it going to be? You already know about what it's going to be because they've already done a study. They presented a study to you that said it's going to be approximately this number here. And they were very, very proud to point out that that number's probably a little high, it would probably be a little less than that. So you do have a number to work with, don't tell me that you don't.
Well, we have an estimate, but we don't have a final number yet.
You
It's a
don't need
guess.
final number.
It was
Is
a
there
guess.
some number in the line for the budget for it? If it comes to pass, where's the money coming from?
Yeah, it's not going to happen this year anyway, so. I don't know if anyone wants to speak to that or not. No? Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion to close the public hearing on the proposed 2017, 2018 fiscal year budgets and the 2017 tax year millage rates.
Support.
Okay, is there any discussion from the city commission? If not, oh, there is.
Yeah. There has been a best case estimate from the architects who planned this, and it's about $1.3 million. Their RFPs may come in lower, and they may come in higher. We don't know. The funding is not settled yet, and I think that's something that we're going to still talk about based on what the actual RFPs come in at.
I'm not sure.
Commissioner Bunton?
You know, we're talking about this as if it's a done deal, and you know, we're trying to figure out how to pay this and that and the other. You know, this is still in the exploratory stages, and it is not a done deal. If it comes in that we cannot afford it, then we won't. If it comes in that we can afford it, then we will. But at this stage in the great game, we just need to let the DDA look it over, get the estimates they need, then let them bring it to us, and then we can decide on what the best avenue of direction is. At this point in time, to argue the point of where the money's coming from, how much money, whatever money, it's irrelevant until we get the final estimates from DDA. DDA is in charge of this.
Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that the bulk of this is going to be paid by the DDA with their TIF money that they get.
Yes.
And
it's been estimated, and at various meetings, it's been discussed that the projected, if it's approved, that there will be bonds issued, and that the bond payments, according to our bond counsel, will be approximately $70,000 per year, of which the DDA indicates they will commit to paying 50-some thousand, and the city's portion would be, my recollection is 17,000.
I think it was 18.
there was an article in the Macomb Daily that made it sound like it was a done deal, but that was incorrect. It has not been approved yet. Is there any other discussion? Okay. No, we don't have to vote because this is just a public hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moving along then, item 9B, approve Oakland County IT interlocal agreement for payment and processing services.
Motion
Is
to
there-
approve the agreement for IT services between Oakland County and the City of Mount Clemens for payment processing services.
Support.
The city processes payments for bills, taxes, and fees at the treasurer's counter in City Hall and can only accept cash or check. Credit, debit card payments are only accepted online or over the phone. The city has been looking for ways to expand payment services offered to customers, including accepting credit and debit card payments at the treasurer's counter. Oakland County has developed and utilized for many years a credit debit card processing platform referred to as G2G, which is government to government, that is available and widely used by agencies inside and outside of Oakland County, including use by Macomb County. Oakland County's IT services provide for revenue sharing of user fees, more payment types accepted, including MasterCard, Visa, Discover, American Express, debit card, and e-check, over-the-counter and online payment acceptance, and G2G will provide hardware, software, training, and support at no cost to the city. City Attorney Mike Murray has reviewed the IT services agreement. Nearly all Oakland County government offices, municipalities, road commission, courts, as well as Macomb County government offices, the animal shelter, and several courts in this county use G2G. The city's treasurer's staff viewed a demo of the G2G product and services and is interested in implementing this payment processing service for the city of Mount Clemens.
Okay, are there questions, discussion? Commissioner Menzer?
I think it's very proactive of a finance director to look at an agreement like this. People pay for everything with credit cards. Millennials don't carry cash. I think that this is a good idea. I'm sorry that Macomb County doesn't have a bid in this, but I think it's a great idea. The only thing that I had some concern with was the 5-year agreement, because as we consolidate IT services, hopefully with Macomb County, I'd like to be able to get out of that before the 5 years.
Either party can terminate upon 120 days notice, so 4 months notice you can get out without any penalty.
Welcome to the 2000s.
Any other discussion? I have a question myself. Maybe I didn't understand this, but there is going to be a fee for using this to the person who's paying. So if I pay my taxes with my credit card, how much extra am I going to have to pay?
It's a scale. It depends on how much your taxes are. And it's similar to what we have right now if you were to go ahead and pay, but there's a whole scale. It's either a percentage or a flat amount depending on if it's over $1,000 or under $1,000.
What if, say my taxes are, I'm just going to pull a number out of the air, just say they're $4,000, then what does that do?
I'm just looking for the schedule. I thought it was in the documents.
Well, I saw something about fees and all, but I didn't see an exact, I saw how they're going to share the fees that they collect with us, but I didn't understand what the fee would be to the customer.
It's similar to what you do on any service. You're going to pay a fee. Sometimes in businesses, they'll absorb the fee. So they charge you a little higher rate to cover the cost of the fee. And in governmental entities, schools and government, they pay it separate. So you'll actually get, your receipt will show the amount that you paid for your service, your taxes, your utility bill, your parking tickets, and then it'll show another line as to how much you paid for the fee as well.
Okay, will it show that amount before you actually make the payment?
Yes, you'll know that, especially at the counter, yes.
Okay.
Can I ask?
Okay.
And that's part of the training as well. They'll make sure that they're going to let you know, this is the amount, this is how much you're going to pay in the fee, do you still want to process?
Okay, thank you. Are you ready to vote? Roll call?
Bunton,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Menser,
Yes.
Okay, agenda item 9C, approve purchases and payment of invoices.
Move to approve purchase and payment of invoices as presented.
Support.
Are there any questions? Okay, roll call?
Campbell,
Yes.
Ford,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Menser,
Yes.
Bunton,
Yes.
Okay, consent agenda.
Move to approve consent agenda as presented.
Support?
Roll call?
Ford,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Menser,
Yes.
Bunton,
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
All right, I guess we're ready for the city manager's report.
A work session is scheduled for Monday, May 15th at 6 p.m. for a city commission informational update. Some special events coming up this weekend in the city. The Mount Clemens Made in Michigan show is scheduled for Friday, May 12th from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. and Saturday, May 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. downtown on Macomb Place. The Kiwanis Bike Rodeo is scheduled for Saturday, May 13th from noon to 2 p.m. The event will take place on Macomb Place also. Saturday events will also include a spring fashion show and Roscoe the Clown show at the Fountain Stage. Macomb Place will be closed from Pine Street to North Walnut and North Walnut to North Main Street on Friday and Saturday. For further information of any of the events, please contact the Downtown Development Authority at 586-469-4168. And the City of Mount Clemens has once again been named a Tree City USA community by the Arbor Day Foundation. This marks the 31st year that Mount Clemens has received this special recognition.
Thank you. Any questions for the city manager? Okay, moving along to commissioner comments. Let's start with Commissioner Campbell.
I have no comments tonight.
Okay. Commissioner Ford?
To the young lady that was complaining about the plight lady riding her up for 4 tires in her yard, welcome to Mount Clemens. That's it.
That's it, okay. Commissioner Bunton?
Okay. Thanks to those who brought their unused, unwanted, and expired drugs to the DEA Take Back event sponsored by the Mount Clemens Community Coalition for Youth and Families this past Saturday. We collected 14.5 pounds of drugs for proper disposal. They won't get into unwanted, unintended users or abusers, won't get into the water system, won't get into the animals that feed and live in our community, won't get into our ecosystem. We will do this again this coming fall. So keep us in mind so that we can help keep the drugs out of the wrong hands and out of the wrong places. Much has been said about the proposed farmers market shed in downtown Mount Clemens. There are some who feel that it's not wanted, not needed, and there's those of us who feel that it's a great idea. I encourage everyone to become dreamers and progressive thinkers and support something that just might bring Mount Clemens back on the map as a destination for a place that's not just for parties or for people passing through to get somewhere else. So let's hold our opinions and wait and see what the DDA has for this proposed and wonderful event. This is a month, of course, that, you know what, I guess I encourage you to celebrate life and celebrate every day. So in May, today was, or is until it's over, celebration of the coming of spring. It's called May Day. And it's a tradition that was brought to our country from overseas. I can't remember exactly what country it was. But anyway, it's about, and the kids would go out and they would take a banner and off of a flagpole and weave ribbons in and out and around. So that's one thing you could celebrate, if not. Then also today is International Workers' Day. People around the world are rallying for better working conditions. So that's another thing we could celebrate. Especially if you of Mexican descent, Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican celebration of a victorious battle over the French in 1862. It's the Battle of Puebla. I hope I said that right, but you guys that speak Spanish, you can help me later. The most, I guess, notable, and as far as I'm concerned, pretty doggone important, May 14th is Mother's Day. And so those of you who have mothers or wives with children, you really need to plan something very, very special for these wonderful people who represent the motherhood. So there's always something that you can celebrate. And my last little comment is about keeping the sewer system clear in Mount Clemens by not pushing or leaving your grass clippings on the streets. They get washed down into the sewers and they start to clog up the sewers. And if you want to take a lesson from 15 Mile Road and see how sewers can cause major problems, you need to take a good look at that. So, you know, it maybe takes, what, 10, 15 more minutes or 5 more minutes to take your blower and blow it back off the streets, or to pick it up on a shovel and put it in a basket or in a leaf bag or whatever. But just to blow it out in the street and just to assume that it's going to be okay is not okay. Something you need to reconsider. I guess that's it. I'll pass on that. Let's go to the Commissioner Wisdom. We've got a couple of them here. Let's try this one. You may not be able to change contrary winds, but you can adjust the sails so you reach your destination anyway. Or, let's try this one. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed, easy to get into, but hard to get out of. And those are both anonymous. I have no idea who said them. With that, we'll say good night.
Thank you. Commissioner Menzer?
So I'd like to give a shout out to a couple of students here in Mount Clemens. There is Amir Orr. She's a 5th grade student over at Mount Clemens Montessori Academy. She wrote a first place essay for the Macomb County Bar Foundation about the U.S. Constitution and the 14th Amendment for the Bar Association's annual Law Day ceremony. So congratulations to her. Also, Crystal Bryant from Mount Clemens High School was honored as a 2017 Macomb County All-Academic. She is a 4.0 student, earned a 25 on the ACT and a 1090 on the SAT. She plans to attend Oakland University. She's volunteered at McLaren Macomb, the Detroit Rescue Mission, and as a sign language interpreter. She is president of the National Honor Society and the Student Assembly, and additional honors include she's the 2017 class valedictorian. She's on the honor roll. The National Honor Society and the Clinton Township Optimist Club won the Clinton Township Optimist Club Youth Award. Good things are going on in our schools. I want to remind you that the Anton Arts Center is sponsoring for the 3rd time. Phil Gilchrist has brought the Inside Out program from the DIA. There are several paintings, I think there's 8, scattered throughout Mount Clemens, so that they are really neat to see. Please go see them before July 16th when the program ends. The Seminole Hills Neighborhood Watch Group held a meeting yesterday at Wilson School. We had over 60 people show up. The Sheriff Department, Deputy Durrani brought his canine dog, and that is an explosive sniffing dog, to the school. The kids got to pet that dog. That is the biggest dog I have ever seen in my life. It was very informative, a good group doing good things. And so I encourage other neighborhoods, there's the Kendrick Street Neighborhood Watch, I encourage other neighborhoods to put clubs together like this and patrol your streets. So we've been getting some really great information from the Sheriff Department and hints and tips on patrolling and when. So if anybody would like to start a group in their neighborhood, the Seminole Hills group would certainly get together with you and give you some hints and tips. And that's all I have tonight.
Thank you very much. I guess it's my turn now. I just want to say that I hope we can address some of the issues that people talked about tonight. It's always good to have more things for kids to do. I know that Shadyside Park is going to get some fixing up very soon with the CDBG funds, and so that will be a more attractive place for kids. And there are several other parks in Mount Clemens that have very nice playground equipment, and I encourage you to visit those parks. And also about the medical marijuana issue, the City Commission is going to be discussing the issue of medical marijuana and dispensaries, et cetera, at an upcoming work session. So we are dealing with that issue. And with that, I will say have a great evening and a good week. The sun looks like it's shining now, so get out there and enjoy it while the sun shines. Meeting, we need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Support. Roll call?
Ford,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Menser,
Yes.
Bounton,
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.